Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. Happy Friday, August 23rd. This is your weekly recap. So I was on vacation all week, came back to today, and boy, was this a fun place to come back to. If you're interested, I'm going to put this out for free today. smartoptiontrading.com. Look me up. I have a newsletter which you can sign up for, real-time option flow. And, I give you a ton. I give you all the option flow, news, noteworthy events, my trades, things that are going on. I do a morning setups video every day where we talk about what I'm looking for and what names we should be looking to play long and short. Recap video talking about what flow is the best of the day, what's swingable, and how we're looking going forward. And then a weekly mentoring webinar where we do teaching every Thursday nights. All this, $25 for the first 30 days, $100 every month thereafter. You can sign up here through PayPal, cancel anytime. All right, so today, let's go into it. Let's just go to the 5-minute chart to show you. It's been a very rough day. It started overnight where we got this big down move here coming into 8 o'clock this morning when China slammed tariffs on top of the United States. And they've been saying they're going to retaliate now for the last couple of weeks in retaliation to Trump putting tariffs as of September 1st. So they put tariffs on American automobiles. They put tariffs on soybeans, which is kind of funny because, well, hey, they're not buying any soybeans. So what's an additional 5% tariffs on something you're not buying? And they also put a 10% tariff on beef and pork products. All right. Fast forward, everything's quiet. We knew that we had Powell speaking, and there was a lot of Fed talk during here. Most of it was pretty hawkish. Then Powell speaks, and Powell was clear as mud. Um, I would say that he basically leaving it up to interpretation, didn't come out and say to look for a rate cut in September or not. Bullard was much more dovish. Bullard is a very dovish individual. He wants a 50 basis point cut in September. We'll see how this plays out. Shortly after that, we started to rally after we had Powell's speech, and the market basically said, this is okay, we can live with it. It's not hawkish, it's not dovish, it's kind of just in between, and we're happy to play in that range. And then Trump got started, and he went on a rant and ordering FedEx and UPS to stop taking deliveries of fentanyl from China, telling American businesses to stop doing business in China, calling out Powell as possibly a worse enemy than President Xi of China, and he's kept it up most of the day. And the markets did not like that, and also threatening to have further action and policy to be announced shortly, which we have not yet gotten as of 3:16 this afternoon. He is heading off to the G7 this weekend. We'll see what happens. There was a big meeting between him and his trade advisors where I'm guessing they told him to chill out. Okay, but either way, the market, you can see, flush came back up, didn't do much. Now, I've been out all week, so I was a little out of it today. I did not do much trading, but here we are with 45 minutes to go. We're on the lows. And when we look at this on a daily candle, and the reason I want to spend some time doing this with you, because it's important, we lost support. We talked this morning about trading the range between 294 and 291. We lost that. We lost the pivot of 288.22. That's been an important spot in this market. And the door is now wide open for a retouch of the 200-day down at 280. And I need to point this out because this is what we're in now. We're in this wide range. We'll see if it wants to come and retest it. Remember, we never tested it during the day. We only tested it during the overnight session on the ES. So the door is now wide open. We'll see what we bring. Notice the volume. After volume came down, coming in. Going into next week, we're heading into a holiday week period. So we'll see what happens. Generally very lightly traded next week as we go into a 3-day weekend the weekend after. That said, some names provided stuff to do today if you were quick. I did trade Roku briefly, made a couple $100 on Roku, got in, got out on 1,000 shares. It gave you a pop, then gave you another pop post-Fed to 143, looked like it was going to go higher, and then finally gave it up. Still acting great. Best in breed, hasn't even touched the 8-day. Shop also gave a trade today, right? We talked about that this morning. Nice move up, popped up to 400. That's where they dumped it. Maybe we get a little bit of reversal action here. Not much going on. Nugget and gold took off, right? You want to know where the buying was today. It was in Nugget and gold. Look at this move. I did trade Nugget. I got stopped out of it. It happens. I only made like $60 because I took a big loss of this back about a month ago. So I put a stop in place, got green, got very green, put a stop in place. They drilled it, and then they moved another buck higher. Right? It happens. You see this little action right here. That's what happens. Goes up, but Nugget running. We had buying in Nugget and GDX and silver. Okay, nice moves here, all on the highs. Look at silver breaking out. GDX also breaking out to the top of the range. Gold, right? Big move up into the top of this range again. We'll see how all this responds here. Bonds went nuts again. Yield probably reinverted. The yield curve, not a big deal. All right. We also saw some big put buying. FXI, huge buying on the August 30th, 36 puts. And then we saw some big buying in some names that we haven't seen in a while. Massive put buying on McDonald's in October. Okay, the 195 puts, right? You see that coming in. The PG October 110 puts also saw it. Big buying, that one's coming in. What also was another one we saw? We saw McDonald's, we saw Procter & Gamble. There was something else. God, if I can't remember what it is right now, guys, it's been a long day as I'm still trying to get going. Bottom line is here, this is a time to be extremely careful in this market. I don't know where we're going here. I don't know if they want to go up or not. There was some nice buying in Microsoft next week's 140 calls that came in early. They kept coming for a little bit afterwards, but that seems to have dropped off now. Again, Microsoft breaking down here on the lows. And basically this market is screaming, be careful. Be very careful here. I'm going home flat into the weekend, and I will reevaluate this as we go into next week. Hope everybody's doing well. Hang in there. Next 2 weeks, some of the toughest of the year, and then we'll see if we can get through this and get a direction. You know, for me at this point, I am flat. I'm not short. I traded VXX today, got stopped out, made a little bit of money, Roku, Nugget as well, and I closed my pins. The last 2 calls I had in pins for about a $95 loss, small. Why? Because there was no sense in keeping this on if the market's going to go into correction, you know, take what I could get back, you know, and get out. Bottom line is define your risk here in this market. I would like to see a flush, maybe to the 200-day. We should be in pretty good shape from a sentiment perspective going into Monday morning. We'll see how this works. I'll post charts on Sunday. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. It's nice to be back. Not exactly a fun day to come back into the markets, but it's nice to be back, and I look forward to trading with you all next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.